I remember that biting April chill when I boarded the Titanic in Southampton. It seeped through our coats but couldn't dampen our spirits. There she was, a floating palace of steel and steam. I was 34, a Welshman, bound for New York to find work, for my wife and kids waiting in Cardiff. As a second-class passenger, I was treated to civility and comfort. My cabin, a snug haven of polished wood and clean linens. I shared it with Edward Pritchard, a London schoolteacher with a fondness for port. We made fast friends, marveling at the vessel's grandeur in the evenings. The Titanic wasn't just a ship. It was a floating city, a statement of the future roaring across the Atlantic. Life aboard was a delight. Dining on broiled haddock and roast beef, strolling the upper decks, nodding to first-class ladies with their parasols. On the second day we passed Ireland. I stood watching the green blur into sea mist, a boy playing with a hoop nearby, laughter echoing against the great indifferent ocean. Saturday night, the 13th, was lively. Cards in the smoking room with Edward, a Canadian named James, and two spirited Irish sisters. We talked of futures. Edward teaching in Boston, me dreaming of my family. Then came Sunday, April 14th. Stars glittered like cold diamonds. I went for a walk along the promenade in the crisp air. Almost asleep when it happened. A jolt like a train wheel catching. My cot shifted. Edward sat up, bewildered. We dressed, headed out, uncertainty hanging in the corridors. Outside, colder than usual, ice spotted on the deck. Iceberg, someone murmured. 20 minutes later, engines silent, a hush fell, uneasy and alert. Then the ship began to list, subtle at first, but it grew. We made for the boat deck, stewards urging women and children to safety. I helped Edward find a vest, flares lighting the sky, disbelief still lingering. The lifeboats lowered amidst chaos. Cries for women and children, the realization of too few boats dawning too late. Edward insisted I board a lifeboat. "You have children," he said. Reluctantly, I was shoved aboard as Edward watched from the rail, hands in pockets, gazing at the stars. The sea was black, the cold biting. We rowed, eyes stinging with salt, witnessing Titanic's lights flicker, then hundreds of cries as she broke apart. When the Carpathia found us at dawn, we looked like ghosts. I remember the rope ladder, my frozen hands collapsing, a steward murmuring, "He's alive." In New York, they housed us in shelters. Reporters swarmed for names. I wrote to my wife, I'm coming home. Edward's memorial service, months later, his name among the lost etched in brass. For years, sleep eluded me, haunted by the sea, flares in the sky. Even now, the clink of ice in a glass brings it all back. They called her unsinkable, but nothing is. Not ships, not men, not dreams. Please like and subscribe to our channel.